Getting closer to God is a personal journey, and it often starts quietly. Have you ever wondered if you're actually growing closer to God? Maybe, without even realizing it, God is showing up in your life through small, yet meaningful signs. You know, like those moments of peace in the middle of chaos, or that sudden urge to connect more deeply with the spiritual side of things. Those are spiritual growth signs. In this video, we're going to unpack 4 powerful signs that you're growing closer to God, and more importantly, how to embrace the spiritual journey. Stick with me till the end, and I'll guide you through how to strengthen that connection with God in your everyday life. The spiritual path isn't always obvious. Sometimes the signs that you're spiritually growing are subtle, almost imperceptible. But as you get closer to God, He gets closer to you. Challenges pop up as spiritual tests from God, and how you handle them says a lot about how close to God you really are. For instance, have you noticed how your perspective on certain situations has shifted? Things that used to bother you no longer hold the same weight. That's no accident. It's one of the clear signs of spiritual growth. When you start seeing these changes within yourself, it's a sign that you're on the right track in your spiritual journey with God. The first unmistakable sign that you're growing closer to God is this deep sense of inner peace that goes beyond circumstances. This peace through faith in God doesn't depend on what's happening around you. Ever had those moments where everything seems to be falling apart, but somehow you still feel calm and confident? That's God working in your life. You're learning to trust in God's plan for your life. A practical example of this could be during personal or professional crises. Maybe before, you would have reacted with anxiety or frustration. But now, as you draw closer to God, you find yourself calmer, knowing that He's in control. The problems may not have disappeared, but your faith is getting stronger, and you're learning to trust in divine timing. To fully embrace this feeling, start each day with a simple prayer, asking God to guide your steps and keep your peace. Practice gratitude throughout the day, recognizing the small blessings. By doing this, you stay connected to God's presence in your life, no matter the circumstances. Another powerful sign is a growing desire to pray and spend more time in God's presence. You start to feel this spiritual hunger, this longing for a deeper connection with the divine. This is one of the clearest signs you're getting closer to God. When you feel this pull, it's the Holy Spirit moving you toward a more meaningful relationship with God. Maybe you've noticed it's easier to pray now, or you feel drawn to read the Bible more often. That's a sign your spiritual connection with God is getting stronger. The more you seek God's presence, the closer you get to Him. To nurture this desire, try building a spiritual routine. It doesn't have to be complicated. Maybe just take 5 minutes in the morning or at night to meditate on a Bible verse or pray. This will not only keep you in tune with God, but also strengthen your faith. Jesus taught us in Matthew 6, verse 6 to seek God in private, and it's in those intimate moments that you'll feel God's guidance the most. Another clear sign you're growing closer to God is when you notice a shift in your priorities and values. Things that used to matter, like material possessions, status, or career success, start to fade into the background. Instead, your focus shifts to things of eternal value: kindness, serving others, and spiritual growth. Think of someone who used to be obsessed with what others thought of them, or who focused solely on accumulating wealth. As they get closer to God, those concerns start to lose their importance. You begin asking yourself, how can I serve more? How can I live according to God's plan for my life? That's one of the clearest signs of spiritual growth. To embrace this change in priorities, start reflecting on your daily actions. Ask yourself, are these choices aligned with God's plan for me? Maybe it's time to adjust certain habits, spend more time with family, or engage in acts of charity. Small changes toward what really matters can make a big difference in your spiritual journey with God. Finally, one powerful sign you're growing closer to God is how you handle spiritual tests from God. Often, God allows us to go through challenges to strengthen us spiritually. It could be a financial crisis, health issues, or even internal struggles like fear or anxiety. When you're closer to God, You face these challenges with greater confidence, knowing that everything is part of His divine plan. Instead of panicking, you see these trials as opportunities to grow and trust God more. If you're facing difficulties right now, ask yourself, what is God trying to teach me? Approaching challenges with this mindset transforms the way you handle adversity. Instead of seeing the problem as a roadblock, you view it as a chance to strengthen your faith and trust even more in God's plan for your life. If you recognize these spiritual growth signs in your life, congratulations, you're on the right path. God is working in and through you, whether it's through inner peace, a deeper desire to be in His presence, a shift in priorities, or overcoming spiritual challenges. These are all signs you're growing closer to God. Embrace each of these signs with gratitude. Keep seeking, keep trusting, and remember, the closer you draw to God, the closer He draws to you. As James 4 verse 8 says, "Come near to God, and He will come near to you." If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And in the comments, let me know, which of these signs have you been noticing in your life? Let's grow together on this spiritual journey.